Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we're back for more Cloak and Dagger. As you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt because I actually decided to record 2 episodes today, just so I can have backup in case something happens and I miss a week of recording or something. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But this time I'll be ahead, so we're good. But yeah, last episode we dealt with Tyrone and Tandy going about doing more to investigate what's going on with their end of the stories. Like Tyrone's trying to get more on Connors, Tandy on Roxxon. Tandy sneaks into a fake internship with Mina. Then Mina ends up finding out, but she seems like a really nice person actually, so I don't think we have anything to worry about that. I'm hoping that she'll end up trying to help us. Hope she doesn't die, and I hope her dad gets fixed with the help of Tandy and Tyrone, because apparently they can interact with people's hopes and dreams, which is pretty cool, at least in their heads, like what they're hoping and dream of. Tyrone's friend Dwayne got shot. Evita and her aunt are finding out some stuff about what's going on in the city, I think, or what's going to be coming. Apparently there's in the past been some stuff like the disaster striking or something with having to do with a pair of beings. And I assumed it's Tyrone and Tandy, but it's possible that it was supposed to be Tyrone and Dwayne, and then Dwayne gets up getting killed because she said one. Oop, she said, "Shut up." She said one dies and one lives. So maybe that's what that was supposed to be. I don't want to say this, but I hope that's the case, just because I don't want Tandy or Evita to die. I say Evita because tinfoil theory, maybe she's part of the duo. The only reason I say I included Evita really is because I don't want it to be Tandy, because I don't want either Tyrone or Tandy to die. As bad as it is, I don't want Evita to die either. But I mean, I don't know, man. I also don't see that it being either Tandy or Tyrone, just because it's Cloak and Dagger. But maybe by the end of the series, one of them's gonna die and something happens. I don't know. Maybe one has to die to stop some calamity or whatever from happening. I'm not sure. Yeah, Tandy was trying to comfort Tyrone because he was breaking down after seeing his friend get gunned down. And she couldn't because of their abilities, and I think that's where we left off. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into the next episode.
Hey, it's Tongue of Dog, isn't it?
Hi, Dad.
Bye, honey. See you soon.
Well, that just made me sadder. We're gonna see what happens, huh? I didn't ask for this. I mean, I kind of need it, but...
What's going on with the shielding tiles?
I was told they weren't coming.
At all?
That's what I was told.
More corners, huh?
Hey, Ivan, how's your daughter?
I need Bowen.
Hey, why is this taking so long? I need to talk to you.
Count to 3.
Are you making this up right now?
Well, it's not a handbook for these guys.
All right, 1,
2.
3. What do you think is gonna happen?
So I don't know, suck it in,
Absolutely no idea.
pull it in, move it away.
What's the worst that could happen? Doesn't open?
I can think of a lot of worse things that can happen.
I die. Oh, you're pulling it in.
Tandy?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, don't worry. He can't see her.
Hi!
What in the world?
You're Ivan Hess.
Who?
Ivan Hess.
I don't know who that is.
Who are you then?
I'm me. I don't have a name. What do I need a name for? Do you have a name?
Yeah, I'm Tandy, and this is Tyrone. Hope you got better at your thing.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. You did it. Now if you can do it in real life. Ah!
You might want to hide. Monsieur Flambe is coming. You don't want him to see you.
I think we better.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, buddy.
Daddy.
Hi, Pumpkin.
I miss you.
Tandy!
Tandy, what the hell was that?
Whoa. That was weird. Just like silent.
Look at the temp. It's gonna spike.
Is that? Oh, no, it's in shadow. Come on. Okay. A lot easier here. Just gotta figure out how to get control of that outside.
It didn't work.
What didn't work?
So he
The whole
finished it?
thing, the way to get him out of here, I got down to the core, hit the kill switch, it didn't work. Just let go. Count of 3, okay?
He's gonna leave and she's
1,
not.
2.
3.
Yep.
Why are you such a good liar?
Oh, crap. Then you're gonna have to go back in yourself, dude. How long has it been for her?
Tandy? What happened to you, Tandy? Wait.
How long has she been there? Jesus.
Where'd you learn that? Wait, Tandy, how long have you been here since I left?
Well, let me answer that question with a question of my own.
Yeah, okay, shoot.
What was your name again? Okay. Oh.
Oh no.
What was that?
You need to snap out of it. You've lost your mind just like Ivan.
You know, maybe I better.
Yeah, for now.
If you touch that phone.
What? You what?
What was it, your brother? What was his name again? It was Bobby, right?
Billy.
See? You feel that? That anger rising because somebody forgot his name? That is exactly what I feel every day. Why did you do that?
Because none of it is real!
Now I'm gonna have to wait for everything to reset until I can talk to him again!
And I'll be right here to hang it up every time until you stop.
Ooh.
Are you
Quick
kidding
reaction.
me right now? Tandy! Look, I'm trying to help you and stop you. All right! Does he know that you're in such a state since he's died that you've turned to drugs? What would he think of his drug addict daughter?
You're driving over Paris Road Bridge right now. Who's in the back seat?
Nobody. There's no one in the back seat.
Where do you think this cookie came from?
Well, if that isn't a theological question, I don't know what is.
Your daughter made this for you. 8 years ago.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I just want to watch some more TV. The Red Sox are finally winning, and if they can hold on...
No! With her own special recipe and her own secret ingredient.
I vaguely understand what you're trying to do, and I feel I should appreciate it.
Cardamom.
She never got the chance to tell me. We should get to it. It wasn't gonna be a tie game forever.
Whew, let's go. Can't you teleport with him? Throw it. You got your throw. You can throw it now. You're good at it. I wonder if she can do it in real life now. Like muscle memory. Also with Tyrone as well. There we go. That's how you learn. Is you have 200 attempts to freaking learn how to throw it. Come on.
It's okay.
This is gonna be tough.
Hello?
Hey. Hey, is it too late to call?
Totally. Lenny the Alter Rat has a big meeting in the morning.
I just needed someone who would understand.
Press play.
I want to play with it.
Dad gave it to me, Tata.
But let me play with it, please.
Yeah, okay. Can you make this sound for me? Billy J is here to play all the way from the ward. I got a smile and a style y'all can't never ignore. I'ma float, I'ma fly, I'ma touch the sky. From up here, it's a clear look down on New Orleans. And all you chumps look like ants. And Franks and beans.
Franks and beans?
I don't know. This is harder than it looks. I need a pen and a paper, I think.
You, on the other hand, you were horrible.
Come on, I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, even for a 6-year-old. But I'll excuse it. You know why?
Why?
Because you hadn't met me yet.
Yeah, that must be it.
Hey. Can you play it again?
Yeah.
That was an emotionally tough episode. I gotta say, I feel really worried, or bad for Evita. Like now, especially too. Like I'm really enjoying Tandy's and Tyrone's relationship, and then how they're kind of slowly, how their relationship is building, and they definitely keep hitting. There's an obstacle that there's friction between them. There's something that's always between them that's kind of that conflicts a bit. It feels very. It feels very real in a dramatized way. Obviously, considering, first off, a lot of things wouldn't happen. Like, you're inside somebody else's mind, talking to your dad in somebody else's mind. So obviously that's a bit not real. And to the extent of maybe one trying to, I don't know about kill the other, but definitely hurt the other. I mean, that does happen sometimes, but you know what I mean. But it's something about it just felt, at least to me, it feels very authentic. They're not just like, they don't just meet each other and all of a sudden fall for each other. There's confusion and irritation when they meet each other. Hesitance. What's the word I'm looking for? Untrusting. And then some begrudging understanding, like during the dream thing, there was kind of almost like at the beginning there was a begrudging trust, sort of, or need to talk at least. A hesitance. There was still hesitance, but it was less aggressive between them, at least on her side. He wasn't necessarily aggressive. He was just, at least in the whole understanding of it, he was just, one, she stole his wallet, so that's kind of what he didn't trust her for. And Ty is naturally a trusting person, so he kind of believes things right away a bit easily, which is kind of one of the reasons why he let go when they were counting down to to leave the mine. I mean, a lot of people would have realized that she was kind of just waiting to letting him go, but he wasn't. She was definitely not planning on letting go. But I just I don't know. And then there's they establish the similar pain that they have. When they've lost a family member, and they haven't been able to, obviously, because they don't have that family member anymore. They haven't been able to talk to them. It's been equal amount of time that they lost their loved one. Like it was 8 years ago for both. So they both know how the pain of not being able to speak to them. And Tyrone even admitted that he doesn't even really remember his brother's voice anymore, and he wouldn't know if it was really him if he had heard him on the phone. And that's one of the things he used to really finally kind of get to her. Following, obviously, asking her to pick up the phone and ask her dad, or Ivan's representation of her dad, one thing that only he would know, that her actual dad would know. I'm just really enjoying how they're building their relationship. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel over dramatized. I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. And I really like that last scene, especially, was very heartwarming, very sweet. You can definitely see she's showing an interest in him. There was like a tiny bit of light flirting, and he does tied that thing with his lip when he kind of feels not bashful, but like when Evita, whenever he presented her, whenever he was giving her his jacket, and she was saying, I don't want this. I don't want you to feel like I'm forcing you to do this. I don't want that to be us. And he acts like he's hurt by it. He's like, well, if you don't want it, that's fine, or whatever. And he's putting away, and she goes, just like, it's not what I meant. And then he follows with saying, I knew you wanted it. And he does the thing with his lip that he does. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not going to try because I'm going to look stupid. But he does that thing where he feels, I guess, an attraction. He feels, it's just, this thing at least I think that's kind of what that's supposed to be. I could be reading too into that, but obviously they're supposed to be eventually. Tandy and Tyrone are supposed to end up together eventually. So, I think that's what whenever he gets in that kind of a situation, or not situation, whenever he starts feeling a certain way, he does that, whether they're there or not. So, and she kind of has she banters, and she has this smile when she does it. Again, I could be very much just looking into it too much. From what I'm getting, I'm enjoying it. But I just feel really bad for Evita because, they have a sweet relationship right now too. But, we haven't gotten a whole lot of them the past 2 episodes, like of them being, him and Evita, of Tyrone and Evita being together. And when they are together, it's not a whole lot of scenes. Like, they get, I think they got a total of 3 or 4 scenes together, and not most of the scenes weren't very long. Or some of the scenes weren't very long. So we've had more time with Tandy and Tyrone together, so it's just you feel more with them, and it's built up more. Like, Tyrone's known Evita before, not a whole lot, because he didn't seem, well, not to the extent that I guess Tandy knew Liam, but I don't know how close of friends are, how often they talked before, because he didn't have her number. So I don't know, maybe she just finally worked up the courage to give him his number, and he didn't ask for her number either, so he has issues with that as well. But I'm just we didn't get that much of them being built up to. We knew she had feelings for him. She made it pretty obvious to most people anyway. It's always harder for the person that they have feelings for them to notice, especially for guys. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. It's a conflict that I'm having, though. I feel bad for Evita, and she's a really sweet girl, so I don't want them to break up for that reason. I don't want her to get hurt, but at the same time, I really want Tyrone and Tandy to get together, because I'm just really enjoying their relationship. I don't want them to get together yet, but I do want them to get together. because I mean I'm enjoying the slow growth in their relationship. Man, I spoke way too long on that. I'm so sorry. God, there's a lot that happened this episode. I wrote probably too much down. I'm pretty sure some of this I'm not going to be talking about because it's not really like having to do with what like progressing. But they really had to like. Well, they also it was like it was kind of. It kind of sucked, like showing young Mina and her dad before he went coma. Before he went what was it? Not coma. It's not a coma. What was it? Was it catatonic? Hold on. I gotta look at it. I want to know the right term. I don't know. I can't. I don't remember the spot it was, but yeah. But either way, the showing young Mina and her dad before everything went down. I thought it was more to like kind of drive home. At first, I thought it was. I felt like to drive home how sad it was, to show how sweet a relationship they had, how much of a loving dad he was. But then it kind of goes into like it sets up what we're gonna get later in the episode. It also shows like him finding out about what was it the heat shields, is that what it was? Shielding tiles, I think is what it was. Sorry. And he was obviously not happy about that, and he was trying to get Nathan on the phone. I think it was Nathan, not Henry. So I was wrong last episode. I was saying Henry Bowen, but there was an H in it. But Nathan was calling. He was calling Nathan about it, and I thought Nathan was talking to. I thought her dad was talking to somebody higher up, and not like somebody that was responsible for the rig exploding. I didn't think he was talking to somebody that was upset that they were cutting corners. After the showing the stuff with Mina and her dad and the explosion and everything, we went into Tyrone and what happened with Dwayne, and how he was saying that Dwayne had saw what happened and that he could have put him away, but that I'm not sure if he thinks that he caused him to get shot. I don't think that's what he was saying, but no, he was broken, or he was distraught because he felt like that was his one shot to take down Connors, because he saw it, so he's a witness. So now there's more than one witness. It'd be a little bit easier. And then Tandy told him that what her dad said is the failures. What is the failures of the steps we climb? Okay, so our failures are the steps we climb. Okay, I thought there was something after that. Trying to help Tyrone get past the feeling of just feeling like he's done, like he doesn't know what else he can do. He feels like he's lost. But then she also wanted to bring up, what I kind of figured what was going to happen was we were going to have both Tyrone and Tandy go into Ivan's mind and try to help him. Like, Tyrone was going to do something with the smoke. I wasn't sure if he was going to like pull it in, just make it disappear, or do something about it at the very least, so that then Tandy could do it. So that's interesting that it kind of involves both of their abilities. I'm wondering, is it just because they're connected, like they're kind of like part of the same whole? So it's like, all right, part of you is here, so but you're gonna need the other part of you to unlock this door. So I'm wondering if like that's how their powers work. It's like these powers allow you to do this separately, but together your powers can do this. So I'm wondering if that's why that did that. Like it wasn't like it almost kind of seemed coincidental that in his mind there was like the smoke shrouding the door, but I think it just might have been like, since their powers are connected and it is allowing her to tap into people's minds, it's just like, yes, but together this is better as a whole. I guess I think that's how like the ability works. It kind of felt I'm trying to think of where, like, without giving the powers sentience, but maybe it is kind of like a form of sentience, but it's like the power. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost it, but I mean I lost how I was trying to say it, but you know what I'm trying to get at. Like the power obviously felt like it needed both parts of the connection to plow through this door. I am glad they were able to pull him out of it though. After so much struggle between both of them at parts, but also having to deal with Ivan, who's as we saw. Okay, well, Ivan, when we meet Ivan in his mind, there's like he doesn't remember having a name. He doesn't remember anything except for what's going on. Like he just knows that this thing here is repeating, and this is where he is. He thinks this is the real world. He's thinking this is the physical world, that he's not like he's not comatose or whatever term they use. I forgot. But yeah, he's been there for 8 years. We saw with Tandy, like she said herself that she lost track after 200. So she almost forgot she forgot Tyrone's name. And she forgot a lot of previous stuff too. Like she almost she forgot a lot of her previous life, like not her previous life, but like what she's gone through in her life. She kind of forgot about that because she said, "I know what life I had was terrible." Essentially, what she was saying. So, just 200 or over 200 times that she's been repeating, this cycle, and Ivan's been in there for 8 years. He's bound to have lost pretty much everything about him. And I was kind of worried whenever we came back. I didn't think about it at first, but when Tyrone first went back in, I didn't think about it until we see Tandy kind of just like sitting the way she was, like throwing the cards in the hat. I was like, how long has she been in there? And then we see her throw the dagger the way she did, like she was ready for the person to come in. And she'd also learned to throw the daggers, like in the amount of time that she's been there. So obviously she's been practicing that. So I'm wondering if that's going to carry over, like that both for Tandy and for Tyrone, because Tandy, I know, like what little that I can recall of their abilities. I know Tandy, or at least Dagger, like she can throw her daggers, like her light daggers. So I'm wondering if that's kind of like going to carry over, like it's going to kind of be like a muscle memory, like it's in her head, and she's worked to doing that. She's done it so many times that she now has it down, to be very accurate with it. And Tyrone had gotten down jumping, like teleporting in that dreamscape. So I'm wondering if that's going to carry over too, to where he's going to have that muscle memory. Like I wonder if both their muscle memory both their dreamscape cells are going to like carry over to muscle memory, so they can both do what they did before. Tyrone's going to have a better grasp of teleporting. That'd be really, really cool way of kind of like progressing that in like the short amount of time we have in the season. Or maybe that's just kind of like a nod for Tandy's abilities. Maybe she's not going to be able to do that, at least not yet. But I don't know. It'd be cool to. It's gonna be cool to see how that progresses, and it'd be cool if they do implement that, and if the fact that the being in there helped them further their abilities, or at least their skills with the abilities. Because Tandy could already conjure the daggers in the real world, or in the physical world. Now she'll just be able to throw them with great accuracy. So that's just a really cool tool that they use at, and I hope it carries over. I wonder if they had gotten, well, I don't know, like, cause like whenever it would explode, that's essentially just it resetting. So I don't think that counted as them dying. I'm not entirely sure, because I was wondering if they were to get hurt or killed in this basically dreamscape, if they would die, or they'd have some kind of mental scarring in their physical body. Because they never showed them like getting killed while they were in the dreamscape, except for whenever it would explode and it would reset. I don't know if they would be dying in the explosion, or if it would just reset, so they wouldn't actually die. I don't know. I wonder how long they were actually standing there, because I mean, obviously when Ty left, he was there. He was out for maybe like a longest, I would say a minute, maybe two, but he wasn't out for very long. Like, as soon as he went in, it had been like 200 times for Tandy, or at least 200 times for Tandy that it's been restarting. So I wonder how long they had just been standing there, because I was just like, you better hope that a nurse or caretaker doesn't show up while you're doing this. I'm like, what the heck are you guys doing? And I don't think I don't know if they can be pulled off of them while they're using that. I mean, he couldn't, but I don't know if like anybody couldn't, because I mean, I know his powers prevent their powers prevent them from touching, really. So I don't know if that would, if a person, like a normal person, would be able to pull them off. I don't know if it was their powers that was keeping that, or like the powers that they're like them using their powers is have a cementing effect kind of sort of between them and the person they were touching. So I don't know, but still, I'm wondering. It's a good thing it wasn't very long, because I mean it seemed long in there for us, or not, maybe not that long, but I'm just saying, like, obviously it was a short amount of time outside. I'm glad that they were actually. I thought maybe like it was gonna end with her realizing that she needed to let go of the thought of it being her actual dad, and then they would have to figure out another way to look more to Roxanne. But luckily, they were actually able to help Ivan, and so he was able to get back. So Mina was able to see her dad again. I'm hoping that's not the last we see of them, because I mean maybe they can help us, because at least he knows. Roxanne, what are they gonna do to them? I hope man, that would be such garbage if they end up killing him after he just comes out of being like in a vegetative state. Oh man, I hate the show if that happens. And her, I hope they don't kill her either, man. I mean, maybe he doesn't remember what happened. Like he doesn't know the extent of the rig exploding. I don't know. She might fill them in. Now I'm worried. I completely didn't even think about it. Or maybe I had and I forgot, but crap. Because I know I was worried about her being killed off by Roxanne or something before, but now I completely didn't even think about it now that her dad's back. He might be put in danger as well. And then she put in more danger. I kind of like that the cookie helped. Like it was more so like the memory of his daughter. Because I mean, every time it would restart, he would always pick up the cookie, and he'd always smell it like it was the last thing he did. Well, one of the last things he did before it exploded. Because I remember when in the flashback part, it was showing him once he got back to once he got to the oil rig. He smelled the cookie. So kind of like that was part of it. I was kind of it was a sweet moment and kind of almost heartbreaking when he was trying to when he wasn't when he didn't like what Tandy was doing, like kind of like it was making him emotional and he wasn't appreciating, like kind of almost like was breaking his heart. But then it pulled him back to kind of like his memories, or pulled his memories back to him or something. But so I'm glad that I kind of like that was what brought him back. It was the cookie, because it was the memory of his daughter, and that when he said she never told me she never got the chance to tell me what it was, like the ingredient. That part kind of got me. Yeah, well, okay, I think that's actually everything. Just more condensed version of what I have down. Man, that was a great episode. I know somebody in the comments think it was Crimson. Was it Crimson? Was it you that? Is Crimson watching these? I don't remember. Somebody mentioned that. I'm sorry that I don't remember who it was. I'll look back and I'll put in this video. I'll put it was. But somebody mentioned that they can't wait for me to see episode 7 and 8, which I kind of wish they did, just because I wasn't expecting the episode to be like an exceptionally good one. But it's not that bad. But I guess just in future events, maybe don't comment which specific episode you'd like that you're excited for me to see, just because I don't want to be expecting something. But again, it's not that big of a deal this time. But it's you were right. This is a great episode. Whoever it was, I'm sorry again for not remembering who it was exactly. Yeah, man, it was a great episode. I enjoyed all the aspects of it. Showing the like young Mina, couldn't remember. I was trying to say Mindy, young Mina and her dad, and kind of like showing, like setting up what was going to be happening. The conflict between Tandy and Tyrone, like as hard as that was to watch, it was well done. These guys was I think Aubrey and Olivia. I can't remember their last names. I think it's Olivia Holt and Aubrey. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name right now. I'll get it down eventually. But they did a phenomenal job in that scene, especially. And also, I really liked their scene in at the end. Whenever he called her, wanting to have somebody there with him when listening to the tape recorder, and she's the one that said told him to press play. And then when she asked him to play it again, it was just, I love that scene. It was just such a sweet, tender scene. It was just like you're definitely seeing the relationship build more. Also, just kind of like seeing her understanding of what he's feeling. But yeah, this was a great episode. I'm loving it, and I'm excited for next episode. I don't know what'll happen next episode. I have no, like, maybe it's gonna be Evita kind of. Maybe she might explain what her aunt said, or she'll be acting strangely around him. I'm wondering if we're gonna deal with Mina and her dad, and maybe look more into the whole Roxanne thing. Maybe we'll look into that and the explosion and her dad, like what happened with her dad. So maybe they can help us now. That'd be really cool. But yeah, guys, that's it for this week's episode for Cloak and Dagger. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the rest of our stuff, make sure you hit the button right next to me. And if you want to stick around for next episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified whenever our videos come out, go into the bell icon down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week.